We're gonna do a little outside with Liz today for YouTube. So I do this series mostly on TikTok that's outside with Liz. And it started when I was at headquarters for Chelsey Smith Crowns, and where I take the wigs outside, because a lot of these wigs are what I like to call chameleon wigs, and they're going to read different depending on the lighting. When you're first starting off with wig wearing or first getting your wig in, I always recommend not trying it on at night, like in the fluorescence. Like, make sure you're trying that wig on for the first time in the sunlight, in natural light, or like in the daylight when there's enough light in the room to really give you like the full feel of the color so that you know exactly what it's going to look like. So I like to do these outside with Liz's on wigs that are currently in stock so that you can see really the full tonality of them in the glorious outdoor light. It is raining outside, so I have a fully screened in porch. So I'm pretty much outside, even though in the rain these are like completely weatherproof, so they're gonna hold their shape. You're not gonna have to worry about them flattening or anything like that. So, okay, so this is the light brunette coloring from Chelsey Smith Crowns. It comes in a couple different wigs. So like the Remington comes in the light brunette coloring right now. This is the Cloud Tea Part. I think this is such a good beginner friendly wig. I adore the light brunettes. I love them, love them, love them, love them so much. They're one of my favorite wigs. So this light brunette coloring is just really, feel like it's got some like honey blonde in it. It just has a lot of tonality, which a lot of the Chelsey Smith Crowns wigs do. This is 22 inches in length. The other one that I would recommend, the Kylie, is very similar to this. So Kylie comes in the apricot. I have this Cloud Tea Part in the apricot, but she's not currently available. But the Kylie Tea Part is very similar to the Cloud in the apricot. It's just a little bit shorter. So especially for new wig wearers, it may be a great place to start, because I usually say the lower the density and the like shorter, it's just going to kind of give you a little bit less to deal with. When you first put on a wig, it's going to feel overwhelming because any hair that you're putting on your head is going to feel like a lot if you're not used to it. This is 120% density, so it's a great place to start. Her coloring is unreal. It is this perfect burgundy with like a copper highlight throughout. She's got these great curtain bangs. She has a darker root, but the knots are really small, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. Perfect out of the salon blowout curl, which I adore. If you don't have a burgundy wig or a copper wig from Chelsey Smith Crowns, like her coppers and burgundies hit. They are so good. They're just stunning. They're stunning. So this is Melissa in the outdoor light. Cannot recommend her. I mean, look at that. Shauna is a new collection from Chelsey Smith Crowns. If you have been around the Chelsey Smith Cosmetics universe for a while, you will know about the Sharpay wig. The Sharpay is a collection, and it comes in a bunch of different colors. It comes in a free part and a tea part. I personally prefer the Sharpay tea parts, and there are tons still available on the site. It is one of those wigs that is just going to always come back. It's like a fan favorite. Chelsey loves it, but Shauna is sort of like the next iteration of the Sharpay. So it will be coming in a lot of the Sharpay colors. And so that comes in the OG Sharpay color, which is a warmer blonde. Comes in Giselle, which I'll show. This is the Kelsey coloring of the Shauna. It also comes in a lavender haze, which used to be in the Sharpay. So this is the Kelsey coloring. Kelsey is a deep, rich brunette with like a slightly lighter brunette highlight. Just a very gorgeous, gorgeous brunette coloring. Everybody loves the Kelsey coloring. I have Kelsey in the short and then a tinsel, but I really do like these Shauna's. Great curtain bang. I think it's just a really easy curl, very natural looking, and it's a tea part, so I think it's great for beginners. I will say on my Giselle, I adjusted the bangs a little bit. I just kind of wanted to play around with them, but this is the Kelsey coloring in outdoor light of the Shauna. Okay, if you know, you know, I love a butterfly. Butterflies are a great wig for updos, for low ponies. They are super low density, kind of like the shag cut. And I always make mine straight across bangs, but you don't have to do that. I will say whenever you get the butterflies, you do tend to have to do a little bit of adjustments on the bangs, as with most lace front bangs when you get them, just because when they transport, they get a little wonky. So this is in the nutmeg coloring. So it's actually kind of similar to Kelsey, but the darker brunette on the top is not, only kind of hits at the top and then fades completely into the warmer, I would almost say like an auburn brunette. But this is butterfly, super low density, and I think this nutmeg coloring Stunning. All right, this is Tierney. I absolutely love Tierney. She is a free parting wig, and she's sort of this like warm to medium brunette. So at one point, I feel like people were constantly saying to me, Chelsey doesn't have enough brunettes. And I really feel like you're not looking at the whole website at this point if you feel like she doesn't have a lot of brunettes, because I have purchased so many brunettes over like the last 2 months, and she really upped her game on the brunettes because Chelsey's known for her blondes. But so this is, like I said, more of a medium brunette coloring. I did create a little bit of a part in her, and just a very easy kind of flippy ends, very natural looking. Really recommend Tierney. Okay, this is Inaya. Inaya is like blowout hair goals. And it is, again, another brunette. So it has like a darker blending, but it's a little bit more like pieces, if that makes sense, rather than kind of mixed throughout. Beautiful. Like, I just went to the salon curls. If you are thinking that there are not enough brunettes, I think that you should check again. Check again. Okay, this is Willa in the OG coloring, which is sort of like a taupe blonde blend. I cannot recommend the Willa collection enough. She is so low density, and I am more of a T-part person than a free part person. I'll kind of always make a part, but these Willas are so stunning. I now have them. I have a Willa. I think I have 4 colors of Willa. So low density. I feel like it just is a very easy free part to kind of get yourself into if you're like nervous about a free part wig or one with a lot of lace space. And then this blend is so pretty. So it's kind of got a brunette, a lighter blonde, sort of a like neutral or a medium blonde color. And the Willa is just so pretty and like naturally. Gorge. Gorge. All right, this is Butterfly in the balayage. I love this one. Gosh, she's stunning. And I love the butterflies to style them up. If you're looking for an updo or a messy bun, cannot recommend a butterfly enough. And this is one I get so many comments on, when is she coming back? When is she coming back? She finally restocked last week, so do not miss out on a butterfly nutmeg or butterfly in the balayage, because I don't know when she'll be back. All right, this is Remington. When I first tried her on, I was in California, and I was like, Chelsey, I need this one. What is her name? And she hadn't been named yet. So I was able to get her, but then she's named Remington. And this is in the nutmeg coloring. So it's the same coloring as the original butterfly that I showed, but it is in, look at that. I mean, so pretty. She's got these great curtain bangs up front. Remington also came in a light brunette. So the cloud I tried on, same coloring as the light brunette of the Remington. And so that's something you'll note with like the Chelsey Smith Crowns wigs, is that a lot of times that wig might not come back, right? So if a wig doesn't sell super well, Chelsey's probably not going to bring it back, but it doesn't mean that color might not come back. So like the light brunette or the nutmeg, you'll see that coloring in a bunch of different wigs. So this is why I do these like outside with Liz, so that you can really get to know the coloring. So next time you see a wig, you're like, oh, that's the nutmeg coloring that Liz showed. Now I know I will like it because I at least know what the color looks like. Or if I see a style, and you know what I mean? You see what I'm going with? My dogs are here to say hi. But yeah, this is Remington in the nutmeg. Okay, this is the Sharpay collection. So remember when I said Shauna was like the new Sharpay? This is the Sharpay. This is in the cowboy copper color. This one has come back so many times. She's been such a fan favorite. But this is the first time she was put in a wig show. Normally she's kind of released separately because she usually sells so quick. But she's still available, and I highly recommend her. Honestly, I also recommend her because I want her to come back. Like, I don't want to have to never have her. And Chelsey like says like sometimes they kind of wear their welcome, and then they kind of sit, and then she doesn't bring back. And so cowboy copper is one of those that I think everybody needs, because look at that. Look at that color. Okay, this is Tawny. So this is one of the apricot colors from Chelsey Smith Crowns. Now the apricot, because these wigs are hand dyed, sometimes the apricot reads a little bit different. It also is definitely an eye of the beholder color. So sometimes it's going to pull more peach. Sometimes it's going to pull a bit more apricot, like an orangey color. Sometimes it's going to pull more blonde. So it just depends. There's also the beauty apricot, but this is tawny, and I don't know. I just love the apricot color. I have so many of them at this point, so they are one of my favorite colors. Okay, this is Nicole. This is one that I'm definitely going to get a backup of because she's currently available in a T-part and a luxe. She's like a honey blonde brunette mix. I adore this wig. It's definitely one of my favorites of Chelsey Smith Crowns ever. I love this color so much. So this is Nicole. Okay, this is Shauna in the Giselle coloring. I love this Giselle coloring. It originally came in like a Sharpay with lace front bangs. So it's literally called Giselle with lace front bangs. So now the same coloring is in the Shauna collection. I did add some like kind of wispiness to her bangs. I pulled the curtain bangs back rather than coming forward. I wanted to give it kind of like a little 70s vibe, but this color is just so pretty. Definitely more of a cooler tone blonde than the warmer tone that is like the OG Sharpay coloring. Okay, this is another one that Chelsey has been a fan favorite. This is Morgana in the ginger blend. I adore this coloring. So this is a Bio Futura, unlike the rest of the ones I showed, which are Futura fiber. The Bio Futura is kind of a mix between like a yaki texture and a Futura fiber. Bringing Outside with Liz to YouTube, which I'm very excited about. Some of these wigs just look so good in the natural light, and they also can look a little bit different indoors. So I do try to get them outside as much as possible so you can see the full tonality of these wigs. These are Lacefront Glueless wigs from Chelsey Smith Crowns or Chelsey Smith Cosmetics. I am a brand ambassador for them, so you can shop my storefront and get an extra 10% off. It's chelseysmithcosmetics.com/Elizabeth. It'll automatically apply the discount code at checkout. I'm Elizabeth. I'm here to help you on your Chelsey Smith Crowns or Chelsey Smith Cosmetics wig wearing journey. I'm headed to Vegas this weekend, so I'm very excited to be with the Chelsey Smith Crowns team. It'll be super fun, and I will do a whole video on that too. So, okay, thank you, bye.